Okay, I think we are live. Things look slightly different to me. So if you guys could just let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me all right. I'm not sure if it's recording from my laptop or my phone. I think it's recording from my phone. So if you guys could just let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me, and we'll go ahead and get this started. If you guys have any questions about eBay, about reselling, about business in general, if you guys have any questions about any of those topics, or really anything that you guys would like to ask, just let me know, and we will get to them. And again, if you guys can hear me, please let me know in the chat. I'm doing a few different things, and so I'm just want to make sure that everything is going swimmingly. There are already like 37 of you guys here in the chat, and no one is telling me that they can hear me, so I don't think you guys can. Just concerning. Okay, straight. All right, looks like you guys can hear me. All right, so let's see. I named this. This is a mistake that a bunch of beginning resellers make. We'll talk about that for a second. One of the biggest mistakes that resellers make is they find one item within a brand that sells, and they just pick up every single thing that they can find of that brand, especially in clothing. And in electronics, I'm talking about, let's say, remotes, for example. Someone will find a Sony remote control that sells for $30, so they'll pick up all Sony remotes without looking it up, and then they quickly learn that a ton of Sony remotes only sell for $2, and some have a 5 or 6 year sell-through rate, like only one sells every 4 or 5 years. This happened with me in the clothing category with Woolrich and Duluth Trading Co. I sold a Duluth Trading Co. shirt for like $45, and then I just started picking up all Duluth Trading Co. I sold a Woolrich shirt for like $75, and I just started picking up all the Woolrich shirts that I could find. But it turned out that a ton of Woolrich and especially Duluth Trading Co. does not sell quickly or for a good price whatsoever. So what a ton of early beginner resellers do is they pick up one of these items that sell pretty quickly and for a good profit, and then they just assume that all of the things within that brand sell well. Not even all Patagonia sells well. If you pick up just a Patagonia t-shirt or a North Face t-shirt, it's only going to sell for $6 or $7, and it's going to have a pretty slow sell-through rate. You know, there's the 100% organic cotton Patagonia t-shirt that sells for $15 to $20, but just a regular Patagonia t-shirt sells very slow and for a very small amount of money. But a lot of people will sell a Patagonia puffer jacket for $80 the same week that they list it. And then they're like, okay, sweet, I'm going to pick up every single Patagonia, regardless of the item, regardless of the price, and I'm not going to look it up. I'm just going to buy all Patagonia that I can find, or I'm going to buy all the Sony that I can find. Or I sold a video game for $40. I'm just going to buy every single video game that I can find. That's just not the way to do it. So I hope that was a good tip for you guys. You guys, reselling is it's a complicated thing. I talk about this on my channel a lot. A lot of times I'll sell something for $80, and then 5 months later, I can't even let it go for 15. So you just got to stay aware of what is selling and what isn't, what things are going for, and all that good stuff. So constantly be looking things up, constantly be learning about things, constantly be researching, sharpening that axe, doing all that good stuff. But I wanted to hang out with you guys for 60 to 90 minutes or so. It's too early to tell, but I think I have long COVID. I'm still napping like 3 or 4 hours a day. I'm feeling a lot better, but even right now, I'm still pretty hot, and my chest is a little tight, and I want to take another nap, but I'm just fighting through it. But I really hope that I don't have this for the next several months. I'm getting work done every single day still, but man, I just keep napping and napping and napping, and it's frustrating. But if you guys have any questions at all about eBay, man, I'm smacking my lips a little more than usual, about eBay, about business, about social media content, about reselling, thrift stores, yard sales. If you want to ask me about promoted listings, sales price, anything you guys want to ask me, I'm more than happy to answer any and all questions, and I really appreciate everyone coming out here. My last few videos on YouTube have been doing extremely well, so I'm very appreciative for that, guys. Thanks for clicking on my videos and watching them all the way through and all that good stuff. So thanks. Isabel says hi, and you can hear me. Awesome. Jake, my dude, what's good, brother? How you doing, Shane? Shane, you doing your social, your Soda City social tonight? Excited? I'm gonna be on a little date night, but I should be able to. You go for like 1 to 3 hours, so I'm sure I'll catch some of it. Sounds good. We got here on YouTube, hearing you loud and clear. Awesome. Like, comment, and share, everyone. Hey, appreciate that, Cat Funk. Thank you so much. Blessed Ohio Picker says, I do eBay from my iPhone and still can't find where the button is when you put something away after you list it, so you know where it is later. Are you talking about this SKU? So eBay has actually been beta testing something where there's actually a new section for the custom SKU. It's been on my phone some days when I'm listing, and it hasn't been there some days that I'm listing. So if you're in that beta, just look for the new section where you can put a custom SKU. If you're not in that beta, then when you go into item specifics, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, it will say custom SKU, and that's where you can type in G507 or brown bucket row 3, whatever your SKU system is, if that's what you're asking. There he is. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, Archie? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I'm glad I'm feeling better too. Let's see. Blessed, it's at the bottom of item 6. Yep, there you go. If a point and shoot camera works, but it's missing the door for the SD card, is that cosmetic damage? Yeah, that's cosmetic damage. I sell those all the time, though. You just put it in the description. It says, I put tested and working, and then in description, I say see photo 3. It has a hard time closing. Like, I've even sold cameras where you have to tape the bottom shut to be able to use it. And I just definitely put that in the description. Hey, I show a picture of it closed, and you can still see that it's like damaged and open a little bit. And so I put in the description, you must tape this to be able to use it. And if it's a Canon PowerShop from like 2007, people want it bad enough that those cameras usually go for about $80. They'll still pay $55 just to have that, even with that defect. So put it up. I'm fairly new to reselling. Is the first of the year busy or slow? Typically, first quarter is a good one because people are getting their tax returns. They have a ton of gift cards from the holidays. Some people pass out eBay cards. Not too many people do, and then a lot of people just give out Visa reward cards. So they'll just put like $500 to $500 on a card that you can just use as a credit card. And so a lot of people use that on eBay. Plus, I already mentioned this, but tax returns. I've been doing sales my whole life. January is pretty good because people know the tax return is coming, and some people do get their tax returns in January. But historically, I've done door-to-door sales, and I've done phone sales, and I've done in-person sales, and now I'm doing eBay. Historically, February is usually my best month off of eBay. It's my best month. When I sold TV and internet and things like that, February was always the best month because people had that tax return burning a hole in their pocket. And then on eBay, I do very well in January, February, and March because of those reasons. April is still pretty strong, and then May is usually when you start to see things slow down a bit. June and July are the slowest months of the year historically. August is August is pretty volatile. It's either a bit better than July or it's even a bit worse than July. And then September is when you start to see things start to curl up again. Christmas Maniac Mexico, you changed your name a little bit. It's been a while since I've seen you. Really good to see you here. I'm here to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. All the blessings for you and your little family. Thanks for a great 6 months of ton of information and for always responding and care. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I hope you're doing well too. Let's see. OMG, I in the right time. Can I buy label out of eBay? Thank you. Yeah, you can print your labels from eBay and then just slap them on your items. You just go to your seller hub and you go to shipments pending. You click on them, and then you click ship, and then it lets you fill out the information to ship it out. It took me 3 weeks to finally feel close to 100 when I got COVID. Okay, well that's what I'm hoping for. I'm day like 16. So hopefully in 5 or 6 days I'll be close to 100. I feel like I'm at like, minus the naps, I'm at like 85%. But man, I just get so tired and have to take such a long nap every day. Like I take like 2 90-minute naps every day. It's pretty annoying. Hi, I've been selling for about 3 months. Now I'm terrified about horror stories about Veros and lawsuits and getting in trouble. How do you make sure you are doing the right things? Veros are not a big deal when you only do it once. So I have received messages from eBay, I think 4 or 5 times over the last 2 years. Also, it's officially 2 years on eBay, so that's fun. I had my first sell on December 11th, 2 years ago. So I've been on eBay for about 2 years and a week now. So over those 2 years and a week, I've had 5 emails from eBay. I put up a Louis Vuitton bag that I thought was real. Turns out it wasn't. So they sent me a Vero and said, hey, don't list these items ever again. So I said, okay, I never did. Same thing happened about some medical devices. You're allowed to sell the So Clean unit without the filter. A So Clean is a CPAP cleansing device, and it has a filter in it that you can't sell. And so I sold one, and the listing said So Clean unit with new filter, and I didn't know that you weren't allowed to sell a filter. So I got a Vero for that, and eBay said, hey, just never list this item again. So I said, okay. Also, the same thing happened with prescription glasses twice. I didn't know this, but I listed some Fossil eyeglasses that had prescription in them. So I put prescription in the title, and then they said, hey, you can't sell prescription eyeglasses. And so I said, oh, okay. So I just made sure to not use prescription in the title. And then months later, by accident, I actually let another one slide through that said RX in the title. And so I got a 1-day suspension on eBay, which sucked. It was really scary, but it was fine. I've just never listed prescription or RX since, and it's completely fine. If you list an item that has a Vero over and over and over and over again, you'll get suspended or you'll get sued. If you do it once and you never do it again, you're going to be fine. And it's really great YouTube content to scare people to get a click. So just be a little wary about those videos. It's all good. Praying for a quick recovery. Thanks. I'm getting there. Urethra Franklin. I'm here for the vibrators. I mean massagers. Hope you feel better soon. Yeah, man. I make a lot of money on those freaking massagers, and I know exactly why people are buying them. And it's gross, but feel better. Happy holidays. Thanks, everybody. You are the best reference point on reselling. Hey, I appreciate that. I don't know if I completely agree with you, but I really do appreciate that. So thank you. Price charting apps. Which ones are the best to quickly use at markets? eBay. eBay sold. That's it. Just look up an item on eBay, see how many are listed, filter to sold, see how many are sold, see what the last few have sold for. That is the absolute best way to see, especially because we're selling on eBay. I'm here to tell you thanks for all you've done. I love your videos. I turned in a $2 digital camera purchase into $80 last week, all because of you. Thanks again. Hey, thank you so much. That's awesome. Yeah, man. Digital cameras, everybody. I posted a video on TikTok this morning where I found 2 digital cameras for $3 each. One sells for just over 100, one sells for just over 70. And I have like 18 comments of people saying, digital cameras only sell for $10, scumbag. And I always just reply, I'm really glad that a lot of people don't know that they sell for a ton of money. So keep thinking that. Yeah, everyone, Soda City is going to have his Soda City social tonight here on YouTube. Just a reseller chat and hangout. Everyone check that out. Go follow, go subscribe to Soda City if you haven't already. And so that way you guys can see the show. Also check out One Foot Flipper. 2 awesome guys. Yes, Kata Alive. Flipping for retirement. I love that name and I hope it's going well. That's awesome. I think he means save for later. People are saying hi to each other. I watch you all the time, but I never interact. Just listening and learning. Thanks, learning a lot. Hey, thanks, JP. Appreciate that. Thanks so much. I've been reselling for 6 months. One thing I've realized is that I need to load up at garage sales. The stores are so much harder to source at, especially during the winter too. So it's a double-edged sword. So thrifts, garage sales especially, and thrift stores are better during the summer. And then during the winter, garage sales go away and there's less donations at the thrift stores. So there's less product during the winter. So you got to make sure that you're getting everything you need during the summer. And then there's still amazing opportunities during the winter. I'm still pulling out bangers every single day. It's just the amount is limited because no one wants to drive through snow to make some donations. And then once spring cleaning hits, it's really good for a few months. So definitely load up. I've been watching for 6 months. One thing I've realized is that I need. Oh, I just read that. Silly goose. Andrew says newbie here, still sold a remote today. That's what I'm talking about. Rolled it in bubble wrap until I couldn't see it, stuck in a polybag label. Boom, done. I am way too psyched by this. Thanks. Yeah, no. Remote controls, man. It'll change your life if you let it. I know I know this. Okay, I know this. I probably something I have to research once I receive the item back, but I had a person purchase an item on eBay. A few days later, she messaged me and said that eBay showed returned to seller, then remessaged and said she accidentally put the incorrect address originally. Once I receive the item back, will I have to purchase the new label? Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately you will have to. And it's just part of customer service. That's definitely a mistake that they have made. But you will have to either correct that or just have them asked to cancel the order. It's unfortunate. I hate it when that happens, and it happens every so often. Let's see. What do you recommend for beginners? Free shipping or calculated? Absolutely calculated. I have a video. Let me look it up here. I have a video. I think it's called The Ultimate Guide for Shipping for Beginners. Some sort of verbiage like that. Let me look it up. It's called eBay Shipping for Beginners / how to. So just type in JRide Flips eBay Shipping for Beginners. I definitely recommend doing calculated shipping for your first 300 to 1,000 items. And then check out the video for more details. But yeah, don't do free shipping, especially as a beginner. Let's see. Hey man, I just wanted to say thank you. You've changed my whole reselling game. Thanks to you, I have finally a chance of becoming a full-time person and being around my family more often. So I'm talking about my goal is for you guys to make more money than you ever have and spend more time with your family than you ever have. So I really appreciate that. But that's no thanks to me. That's all the credit goes to you. I may have given you a little bit of advice along the way, but you're the one seeking the knowledge, doing the work to actually list the items, find items that sell. So that's all you. Good job. I mean, in my experience, they have electrical tape works really great. Do you review stores? No. I don't review stores because it just doesn't help people. It really doesn't. The best way to actually improve your store is to watch these YouTube videos and then to do it yourself. It's kind of like teaching a man to fish or just giving them a fish. Reviewing stores is really just giving you a fish. And it's really important to actually learn how to do those things yourself. And you're going to make extremely more money doing it yourself than having someone else to do it for you. Let's see. What sells best in slow months? Anything that has a fast sell-through rate. And I don't mean that facetiously. I really mean that. Go to your thrift store, look up every single item that looks interesting, and see if it has a fast sell-through rate. Apple AirPods sell every single second of every single day. It doesn't matter what the season is. Okay, those are hard to find, but there are ways to find them. Things with a fast sell-through rate just sell all year long. So like clothing sellers struggle from slow sells the most because they'll like focus on shorts and t-shirts during the summer because those are selling well. And then they get to the winter and those things stop selling. And then it's hard to find jackets at the thrift store because people are actually buying jackets. And so they're like, oh, just buy things that sell really fast. And it doesn't matter what the season is or what the month is. Just look things up every single day at the thrift store. Computer mouses sell every single day of the year. The majority of computer mouses are only worth $4 free shipping. But if you're diligent and you look up model numbers, you will find high sell-through rate mouses every single week at the thrift store. Any tips on selling internationally? I'm located in Belgium, but I want to concentrate on US customers since that's where my YouTube subs and Facebook friends are located. That's awesome. I unfortunately don't have any tips for you whatsoever because I have no idea what eBay even is over there in Europe. It is different. I can sell this in the United States, but you can't in Europe. So like that's right off the bat. I don't know what the shipping is like. I don't even know. Like we have the US, the United States Post Office. I don't even know what you guys have in Belgium. I don't know what your guys's custom laws are. I don't know if eBay has an international hub that you send to eBay and then send to the United States. I don't think they have that, but they might. So I just don't have any information on that. So I would definitely contact eBay or try to find YouTubers that have more information about that. But I just have no idea. New to selling, what percent of your listings do you promote? I promote 100% of my listings at 2.6%. Any suggestions on places to shop for reasonably priced shipping materials? Honestly, just eBay or Amazon. There's this American Bubble Boy. I've bought their stuff a few times and it's worked out really well. We actually were talking about an affiliate link, but I just got really busy and never fully committed to that. But American Bubble Boy is really good. I like Gyro Pack or Gyro Pack. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but I have a link in the description for them for like 10% off 10% off poly bags. But honestly, Amazon or eBay. If you go to Walmart, it's going to be reasonably priced, but you're going to pay up a little bit for the convenience. Staples is pretty overpriced, but it's convenient because it's right there. But definitely just Amazon and eBay. Like whenever I buy, nice, I just sold a Belgian waffle maker. That's an in-season item if you guys are ever looking to sell medium-sized kitchen appliances. Belgian waffle makers are doing really well right now. Lost my train of thought. Yeah, when I buy bubble wrap, I just type in bubble wrap into eBay and I buy the first thing that looks like a solid price. Have you tried out Depop at all? And what are your thoughts on it? So I follow a bunch of 13 to 18-year-old TikTok influencers that sell strictly on Depop. And for me, it's just another thing to add to my business. And I'm already doing super well on eBay and Poshmark that I don't need it. But if you are finding 90s and Y2K items all the time, I would list those on Depop, but don't let it take away from your eBay or Poshmark. Like, I wouldn't do it unless it's going to start making you another $1,000 a month. Once it starts making you another $1,000 a month, then things are actually worth it. But when you spread yourself too thin across all these different things, it ends up just like actually not making you as much money as you think it is. Because you're spending more time listing and cross-posting and delisting and all that stuff instead of just getting better items and selling them on platforms that you already understand and you're already really good at. So why do you dislike selling mugs? I've had moderate luck with them, but I'm pretty picky. Yeah, I don't dislike selling anything and I don't like selling anything. I just go after fast sell-through items. So CDs as a whole suck. But there is 3% of CDs that have an amazing sell-through rate and sell for an amazing price. I will buy all of those and sell all of those. The majority of mugs suck, but there's probably 5 to 7% of mugs that have an extremely fast sell-through rate. I sell those. I still pick up like Starbucks mugs every once in a while, but the average mug sucks. So I'm very picky, just like you. I still sell mugs. I only sell the good ones. But like I've said this on my channel a lot. I'm gonna say it more and more often too. It's probably gonna be my theme of January. I don't buy items. I just buy profit and sell-through rate. So I don't care what's in front of me. It could be a CD. It could be like I'm trashing CDs right now. But the other day, oh, these aren't CDs. Scorpions cassette. The average cassette sucks. Sells for like $3 free shipping, and it has like a 3-year sell-through rate. But Scorpion sells really well, so I picked it up. Metallica sells extremely well, so I picked it up. Slayer, Ozzy Osbourne, Megadeth, all of these sell extremely well. I don't sell almost any cassettes because the average cassette doesn't sell well. But I don't buy items, I buy sell-through rate. So these all have at least a 70% sell-through rate. A lot of them have like a 300% sell-through rate. I got all of these. I'm eventually, sometime next year when it warms up, I'm gonna make a JRide Picks video, JRide Picks YouTube. I got like 9 of these bags, 9 of them. You guys are gonna be. Here's another little one worth of CDs, all Metallica and stuff like that. I got probably $4,000 worth of cassettes and CDs for $35. So again, I don't buy items. I'm not looking for cassettes. I'm just looking for profit and fast sell-through rate items. Those cassettes fit the bill, so I'm going to list them. And I'm actually going to be selling a ton of those on DibDit, the Trash to Cash podcast guys, Carrie American Arbitrage, ADH Dave, and Kevin the Commonwealth Picker. They have that new site called DibDit. And on the 21st, they're going to be doing a live kind of like whatnot show, and I'm going to hop on for 30 minutes, and I'm going to sell a ton of those like Metallica and AC/DC and Scorpion stuff. So if you guys are interested, hop on over to DibDit. I probably have an affiliate link, but just head over there and support them. I don't need the $5 or whatever for the affiliate link. I like those guys. Go support them. Oh, okay. Sorry, I almost skipped this. What GoPro camera do you use when store filming? I have. I'm filming right now on my iPhone 15. I'm filming right now on an iPhone 15, and this is what I use for like my TikToks and stuff. I rarely use my GoPro because I don't do a lot of picking content yet, but I'm going to start doing that. But I have a GoPro 7. It's a GoPro Hero 7. That's what I use for my picking content, which I'll be ramping up next year once it warms up. What do you do if you make a sale and then as you're picking it, you notice a flaw? This happened to me with a pair of boots I sold yesterday for $70, and I'm not sure how to handle. When packing it, that's tough. I would message them before sending it out and saying, hey, I just noticed that this has a stain or a rip or a tear or whatever it is. Do you still want me to send the item? That's it. And then they'll say, no, in that quality, I just don't want them. Or, yeah, if you can knock off $20, go for it on these $70 boots. Or you can say, hey, I just noticed this flaw. Would you still like me to send it out? I can work something out with you to decrease the price because of the flaw, something like that. But definitely don't ship it out without telling them. Like, let them know, hey, I'm really sorry I saw this flaw. What would you like to do? And a lot of people will say, oh, I'll just cancel. And then you just go ahead and relist it with the flaw and point out the flaw in the pictures and the description and just mark it down to $60, $50, $40, whatever is an appropriate value for that item. Hope you feel better soon. Thanks. I appreciate that. I hope so too. What do you recommend for beginners on eBay? Free shipping or calculated? Oh, I already answered this and I gave you guys that video to watch. Congratulations on your 2-year anniversary on eBay. Thank you so much. It's been a fun ride. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, Matt's Profit Pursuit? I've been following you on Instagram for a long time, and I just realized that I wasn't even subscribed to you on YouTube. So I feel like an idiot, but I subscribed to you like 2 days ago. I've watched like 19 of your videos and I'm not even subscribed. But now I am. What up, Jake? Been devouring your content for a couple months now, and I'm stoked to already see some changes. I'm very grateful for you. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I actually just saw that you became my member. Like, you became a member of the channel like a week or 2 ago, and then I saw that you actually upgraded your membership to a more expensive one. So appreciate that, man. Thanks so much. Free returns or buyer pays? I do free returns just because you can go back and forth. You just got to do what's best for your business. What's best for your business might be buyer pays. What's best for your business might be free returns. But for me, free returns is just better for my business. And the reason why is just because I feel like it creates more what's the word I'm looking for? Trust in your listings and as yourself as a seller. I believe it increases your algorithm push a tiny bit. And I think it just increases your sales overall. You're going to lose money on shipping and stuff. But overall, I think it makes you more money, even though on paper it loses you money, if that makes sense. Been selling about 1.75 years. Wish I had found you sooner. Thank you so much for your knowledge. Hey, I appreciate that so much. Thank you, man. Let's see. But I see you sell a lot of glasses. Do you sell them frames only? Yep, I sell them frames only. If they're sunglasses and they don't have any scratches, I list them as sunglasses. But the majority of the sunglasses and eyeglasses that I sell are frames only. And I still ship them with the lenses in them. But I just list them as frames only. And in the description, I say lenses will need to be replaced. Where are you located? I feel like my area isn't as good for picking as others I watch. Yeah, every single area is different. I'm in Utah. I'm in southern Utah. It's on the border of Utah and Arizona. I have one really good thrift store here in St. George. And then the rest, and then there's no other thrift stores. There's like 2 really small mom and pop shops that I'm able to get like 3 items from a week. Sometimes significantly less, sometimes a little more. But yeah, for my store size, my area isn't great. But if I had a very small eBay shop, my area would be amazing. So it only has one really good thrift store. I have to travel every single week for my store size. I have to go to Las Vegas or northern Utah very, very often. But because of that, we will be moving to northern Utah soonish. And then I'll be able to really pick. The cool thing about eBay, and this is relative, there's a lot of other factors, but if you are just a go-getter and you're not a victim and you decide I'm going to do what's best, you can pick your income on eBay. You can just pick, I want to make $100,000 a year, work backwards, and then just go out and do that. I want to make $500,000 a year, work backwards, and go and do that. In northern Utah, the Salt Lake area, where I'm planning on moving to, I'm going to move a little bit south of Salt Lake, Utah County. That is an opportunity where I can just pick my income. If I want to make $100,000 a year, I know what I have to do that. It's such a great area. I could make $1 million a year from eBay if I wanted to. It would be a lot of work and it would be a stressful job, but there is enough product and enough resources out there to make $1 million a year. But I don't think I'm going to be doing that. I think right now I'm listing 20 a day, and the majority of the items are awesome, and then some of them are only subpar. What I think I'm going to do when I move up north is I'm going to list 25 items a day, and they're all going to be incredible items because there's so many thrift stores up there. There's so many quality thrift stores where the pricing is amazing, and there's so many other connections. Like, people live in cities. If your thrift stores suck, Facebook Marketplace, 7 hours a day, you'll be a millionaire. Like, it's going to take you a few years to get there. But if you live in Chicago or Los Angeles or even Charlotte or just any major city, Facebook Marketplace, 7 hours a day, you'll be a millionaire in 5 years. Like that. If your thrift stores are $19 for used vans, doesn't matter. Facebook Marketplace, all day long, you'll make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. So with the really good thrift stores, with Facebook Marketplace in a city, and with yard sales and connections that I keep making, I'll pick my income for eBay. And I think I'm going to do, I don't know. I think I'm just going to do $100,000 a year from eBay. Am I? Okay. I think I'm probably going to do $200,000 profit a year on eBay. And then content is going extremely well. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, if you live in a city, you can just pick your income. If you live in a rural town, it's a bit harder. You have to really master here in St. George, if I did not want to leave, I can't pick my income because of the amount of thrift stores here and the amount of garage sales. It's a smaller town. It's not tiny, but it's a smaller town, and we only have one good thrift store. Because of those limiting factors, I think I could only make $100,000 a year profit here, which is great. I'm not complaining about that, but I just can't pick my income here. But in northern Utah, with all of those factors, if I want to make $500,000 a year on eBay, I know how to do it and I have the resources to do it. I just have to work the hours necessary to do that. If I only want to make 100,000, I can literally do that just sourcing for 2 hours a day, listing and shipping for 2 hours a day. That's all it would take in an area like that. I'm getting super rambly, but yeah, I'm in Utah and it's awesome. I love it. Let's see. I'm glad to see you are getting better. I am doing better. Thank you so much. Thank you for the digital camera info. Literally found a $100 camera with an excellent sell-through rate. Literally couldn't have done it without you. Hey, appreciate that, Dom. You guys want to see something cool? Got this box today. $100 camera. $60 camera. This one's for sure broken. $25 camera. $80 camera. Got this box for $80, and I only showed you guys like 6 of 25 cameras. I got this off of eBay. I have a video teaching you guys how to do the same thing. If you guys want to put me out of business, go ahead and do so. You just type in camera lot on eBay and look for golden opportunities. That was listed for $100. I offered them $50 plus shipping, and they accepted it. So it was great. Ended up being $74 after shipping. What brands of curling irons and hair dryers do you look for? Go to my video. Again, I could tell you, but it's gonna make you far more money if you learn this for yourself. And the best way to do that is I have a video called Find Profitable Items to Flip on eBay Before Entering a Thrift Store. That's literally you will learn how to find the best brands of curling irons or sunglasses or basketball cards or cassette tapes or CDs or printers. I'm just talking about that's a $100 printer right there. $100 printer. That's $100. Yeah. Just watch that video. I hope that isn't facetious or it feels like I'm trying to like guard information. I can just tell you Longue is good, but half of Longue sells really well, half of it doesn't. And I'm sure Longue isn't even how you pronounce it. Babyless Pro was really good. Now it's just kind of okay. But if you watch that video, you'll know for a surety what sells really fast and what sells for over $100, what sells for over $40, what sells for over $200. That is probably my best video on YouTube, and it has 11,000 views, which is pretty good. But like honestly, that should be my most viewed video. I don't know why it didn't do as well. Well, I don't care that it didn't do as well, but I just feel like that's my best video on YouTube. If you guys want to learn how to really kick butt on YouTube, Shane, if you're still here, if you can go ahead and pin that, you guys should leave my live and watch that video if you guys really want to increase your sales on eBay. It's called I'll say it one more time. Find profitable items to flip on eBay before entering a thrift store. It's that one with the white screen right there. And you'll never have to ask anyone that question ever again. You'll never have to say what are the best brands for golf clubs, what are the best brands for clothing. If you just really listen and pay attention to that video, you'll never ask that question again to anyone else. You'll just ask it to eBay, and eBay is the best person to ask that question. Hi, thanks for all your videos. I've been selling for 3 weeks on eBay, and I've sold $2,200 as of today. That's awesome. That is really awesome income. Congratulations. Yeah, just keep working hard, and you'll see that number increase over time. And I hope that you make more money than you ever have and spend more time with your family than you ever have. I just checked the item on my bottom specifics, and it's not there. The bottom of mine says UPC. Then it'll probably have another. Are you what state? I mean, you're in Ohio, most likely. That's weird. I would Google it then. Maybe it's just being lost in translation, but I'll show you. We're gonna type in Husky toolbox. Okay. So right here we just see this Husky toolbox. You're going to scroll down. Oh, you guys can't see this. You're going to scroll down and you're going to go to sell one like this. It's a little farther down. Sell one like this. It's going to generate that listing for you. You're going to go to item specifics, scroll all the way down, and it'll say custom SKU. Okay. Custom SKU, second shelf, blue, whatever your system is. Okay. So you just go to the bottom of item specifics and it'll say custom SKU. Now let's go to my drafts and delete that. If you don't see that, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You may have to contact eBay. Hope all is well, J-Ride. Hey, appreciate that, Edward. Thank you so much. First time participating in your life. Awesome. Question. Do you run promotions or run coupons sales to increase sales? I run promotions on all of my items. So the second that they get listed, they're automatically promoted at 2.6% across all of my items on eBay. I don't run coupons, but I was doing markdown sales. Every 60 days, I would put my items on sale for 15%, and then another 5 after 60 days, and another 5 after 60 days. Now, all of my items that are in my store for 100 days or more. Sorry, my phone's dying, so I'm plugging it in. Geez, this is a short cord. Oh my goodness, that's short. All right, let's move this over here. Awesome technical difficulties here. All right, let's see if we can put it right there. All right, we're going to switch up the camera angle here a little bit. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. Different camera angle. I'm just going to angle it like this. All right, my first time participating in your live. Do you run promotions? Yeah. So but now every time my items have been in my store for 100 days, I just manually mark them down, and I do the whole end listing sell similar as an experiment for you guys. How important is the algorithm? How important in the algorithm is it to list at least 5 items daily? I do this part-time as I have a full-time job, have store, and sometimes hard to list daily and or keep a draft bank going. Love the channel. I would recommend having a draft bank a little bit for the algorithm, but mostly for you as a business owner to stay diligent. It's not a big deal at all. It's a concept that has been made famous by 2 very, very successful resellers, and they do a really amazing job, and it's worked very well for them. But the answer to your question is just list things that have high demand and they will sell. Have an awesome title, an awesome return policy, an awesome, just make it a really attractive offer, and only buy things that have a high sell-through rate. If you list 20 crappy items every single day, it's actually going to be worse for the algorithm. But there's this, it is better, in my opinion, to list 20 items per week that have over a 100% sell-through rate than to list 20 items per day that have a 30% sell-through rate. Very, very easy decision in my head. Much better to list 20 per week sporadically that have over a 100% sell-through rate than to list 140 per week, 20 every single day that have a bad sell-through rate. So, best case scenario, you list 20 fast sell-through rate items every single day. Easier said than done. If you don't have the capabilities to do that, in your scenario, you're saying 5 every single day. So that is 35 a week. I think it is better to list 9 fast sell-through rate items every week than it is to list 35 slow sell-through rate items every week. But if you can do 35 fast sell-through rate items, obviously do that. But if you don't have the resources or the capabilities or the time of doing that, I would suggest listing higher quality items less frequently than less quality items more frequently. Remember the old days 10 months ago when I had more subs than J-Ride did? Kevin will be saying the same thing a year from now. Kevin, the Commonwealth picker or the Commonwealth flipper? We'll see. We'll see. I sold 3 out of 6 remotes I've bought in the last month. You speak the truth. Yeah, man. Remotes are awesome. But if you buy every single Sony, you won't be saying that. So it's important, like you obviously know, you're doing great. Buy fast sell-through rate remotes and they will sell quickly. Buy slow sell-through rate remotes and they won't sell. Buy slow sell-through rate cassettes and they won't sell. But buy fast sell-through rate cassettes and they will sell. I'm really, like, during January, I'm probably going to get annoying. I think every single video I'm going to say in some sort of manner, I don't buy items. I buy fast sell-through rate and profit. I do not buy items. I only buy sell-through rate and profit. And every once in a while, I'll buy a dumb item for good content on TikTok that will trigger people and get them to comment on my video. Because that's how you grow on TikTok. Bless. Some updates, put it below the title now. Oh, sorry, you're talking to Blessed Ohio Picker. I got my MC0011 reversed. I didn't stop until I spoke to someone. Actually, it was on the second incident that I spoke with an agent who filed a complaint within 2 hours. Done. That's what I'm talking about. Nice job. Hope you're feeling better, feller. I am. Thanks. Appreciate it. Kevin who? It's a great video. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. Like the video. LOL. Can you sell mugs that still have the hot chocolate packets in new old gift sets, or do you have to open the product to remove the outdated chocolate and list it as unopened? No, you can do whatever you want. Just take a picture and describe the item. There's baseball cards from the 60s that came with gum, and you can sell the sports cards pack with the gum. If you open that sports card pack, it goes from $700 in value to $5 in value real quick. So yeah, keep it sealed, sell it as new, and just let people know, hey, there's most likely expired hot chocolate in there. But I sell expired ink all the time. Yeah, just let people know what's going on in the descriptions. I have a Panasonic DVD player XP50, no cord or remote. I don't see the cord for sale, and I don't know which remote it takes. Don't worry about the remote, and then just buy an AC cable. You don't have to buy the exact cord for exact units. So let me show you what I'm talking about. For a DVD VCR combo player, it's just going to take one of these 2 cords. I have many of them. This is it's made for the bigger units. Sorry guys, these are just terrible angles here. Okay, it's gonna take this one. These are mostly for receivers. Okay, let's see if I can find an example here. You see that? I hope you guys can see that. You see how it just fits right in there? This is not a Denon cord. This is just a cord I got from China that costs 62 cents. And this is a Denon receiver. Just plugs in right there, okay? For the Philips that you're talking about, it's probably going to require this cord right here. Geez, if I can find one in this mess. You guys like this camera angle? It's pretty nice, huh? Right here. Let me pull it open for you guys. Again, I bought 700 of these for $180 a few months ago. It just looks like that. Just plugs in right into the back. Guys, my wife is taunting me. But yeah, you don't need a Panasonic DVD combo cord. You just need a cord that actually plugs in. And then, like, if you find an item like this Dymo, for example, this Dymo, I don't have the power cord for it. You see that? maybe not. There's just an open circle right there. Right here, it says it takes a 24 volt DC. Okay, 24 volt. Up here in this, I have a ton of cords with various plugins, and I just have to find the one that says 24 volt. I don't have to find a dyno specific one, although that is ideal. You don't need that. You just need what's printed on the bottom. All right, that adventure is over. But yeah, you don't need the specific cord for like laptops. You do. For some printers, you do. But for the majority of electronics, you do not need a Panasonic for a Panasonic. You don't need a Magnavox for a Magnavox. You don't need to have the exact same. Let's see. Hey, I sold a Sony DVD VHS combo and the buyer claims there was damage and not as described. eBay refunded them and they refused to send the item back. What do I do? You have to have free returns. So if you have no returns and eBay already refunded them, you're done. You're cooked. So that's why I say you need to have free returns so that you can be protected. It's called seller protections in this scenario. Because you don't have free returns, you relinquish those seller protections. But if you had free returns and someone said it wasn't as described and they did it fraudulently, like it sounds like in this scenario, you are able to report the buyer and or only give 50% back. But because you most likely have no returns, you're done, unfortunately. So to avoid this in the future, make sure you have free returns on so you don't get into this situation again. Where can we buy the labeler? The labeler. Sorry, Rick or Rich. I don't know what you're asking. Buy the labeler? Sorry. When you are checking sell-through rate on used items, do you just click sold and do the math from there? Yes. Or do you filter used, get the number, then filter sold and do the math from there? Yeah, I almost always have my phone locked on used condition, and then I just do the sell-through rate from there. So 100 listed, 80 sold, 80% sell-through rate. Hey, J-Ride, just checking in from, I don't even want to try to pronounce that because it seems like it's from a small town. There's this place right outside of my town. It's spelled Hurricane, Hurrican, Hurricane, but it's pronounced Hurricane. And I'm sure that's the exact same scenario here. I started listing on eBay, and I've already sold 135 items, mostly video games, and earned a total revenue of $2,300 following a business platform. That's what I'm talking about, man. Keep that up, Matthew. That's good stuff. I just sold a video game for $7. Fast sell-through rate, Spider-Man. Not a huge profit, but we'll take it. Yeah, exactly, Paige. That's why I don't do it too. Hair curling irons, what brands do you recommend in general? Oh, I already answered that. Should I to ask a question? I just go through. I have them all very organized here on this third-party system, so it works well. And I just get to you, and I get to you. Unfortunately, I say this very humbly. We have 250 people in here, which is awesome. I'm usually not able to get to all questions, and I just go in order. So the only way, and I'm not asking for super chats, but if you really have a question that you want answered, then you can do a super chat to ask it. Because unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to get to all the questions today, but I'm going to keep going for 30 minutes to an hour, and we'll get to as many questions as we can. eBay sources are getting fished out. I don't understand what you mean there. It sounds a little bit like negative. And if you mean it negatively, I'm sorry, I disagree with you. I just bought $3,000 worth of cameras for $75, and I bought them off of eBay. You could have done that as well. And if you'd like to learn how to do that, you can learn how to do that on my YouTube channel. What about tools? I don't buy items. I buy profit and sell-through rate. There are many tools that have a fast sell-through rate and a high profit, so I buy those. Also, look up the junk you already have lying around the house. Exactly. I sell my wife's stuff all the time. It says here, thank you for the great content. I would like to ask, how do you pay yourself? What percentage goes towards reinvesting in more product and shipping materials, etc.? And what for living expenses? I have to be very vague here because my this sounds very arrogant coming out of my mouth. I really hope that this doesn't sound pretentious, but my team, I have CPAs and lawyers and all that good stuff. Especially as I grow more and more on content, those guys come in handy. I have a S corporation, which I am the CEO of, and I pay myself a livable wage. So that money goes to my account, and it is taxed. And then all of the other money does not go to me; it goes to my business, J Wright Enterprise, where I have several LLCs and several other businesses that I actually don't even talk about on this YouTube channel. But two of the major businesses are reselling on eBay and content around it. I pay myself a livable wage, and then all other money goes to the business account, and it is the business's money. And I am just an employee for my business. So, if you do it right, you will always be an employee and you will always work for the man. And I'm sorry that I can't be more, I'm sorry I have to be that vague, but that's what I've been instructed to do. So I put my international shipping at $55 and will not do anything over £2. If you live in the United States, you aren't optimizing that. Do calculated shipping and enter into the international program, and then you will send all of your stuff to Chicago, or they may have other bays depending on where you are in the United States. But all you do is you pay for the calculated shipping to Chicago, and then they take care of the rest for you. So I would just put calculated shipping, put in the correct measurements, and then send it off to Chicago. And if that didn't make sense what I just said, definitely look up some more YouTube videos or Google it, because it will result in you increasing your sales tremendously, because it will actually be in reach for people at a correct shipping price. Thanks, I at least got some pointers to look into. Yeah, awesome. USPS provides free shipping materials, even shipped to you for free. They provide free shipping materials that is baked into the price of the more expensive shipping costs. So they give you free. I got all of these for free, but it cost me $5.50 to ship in this, and it cost me $7.30 to ship in this. So there is a cost. It's free, but it's built into a higher shipping for using priority. But it also gets there faster, so it works out in the end. But in business, free is never free. The free toy in cereal isn't free. You're just paying an extra $1 for the cereal. I bought a working kit bee with an unused accessory kit and all parts with it for $10 at a thrift store. It is something you would sell on eBay as a whole or parted out. I'm new to selling. I don't know what that is. But I would just look up what does the kit sell for, and then what do the parts sell for, and then weigh in my mind if it is it worth it for the extra money, for the extra time. Will it actually make me more money? You have to calculate, like, if I just sell it all completely, does it have a faster sell-through rate? If I part it out, it's going to take me more time to make all those individual listings. And some parts may have a fast sell-through rate while others have an extremely slow sell-through rate. So you just have to kind of do all those calculations and see what's going to be best for you and your business. I have about 650 items listed. Should I get a store? And if so, is it worth it? And does the store put your listings in order? Thank you. I would Google when should I get an eBay store, and then it'll give you a questionnaire. It'll ask you how many items do you have, how many do you plan on listing each month, and then it will tell you using math what is the best path to do. But at 650, you'll probably save money getting a store. Oh, and I found a new printer in factory sealed box at a thrift store, sold in 2 days for $250 profit. It was on the bottom shelf behind stuff. I almost missed it. Check those bottom shelves as well. Yep. I find good stuff on bottom shelves all the time. Last Christmas, I sold a brand new sealed DVD VCR combo player for $700. So that was dope. Why is it so hard to search for other sellers on eBay? They do that kind of as a protection. Like a lot of trolls. This happens to my account all the time. People will like buy my items and then not pay for them because they hate J-Ride flips and they like just want to troll. People will also buy my items and then leave negative feedback because they're like in my niche and they want to destroy me as a competition. That's another reason why I'm not always why I don't like being a niche seller, because business can be absolutely brutal. And especially in the trading cards niche. I have guys buy my basketball cards for as cheap as possible all the time and then leave me a negative feedback. So that way when other people are trying to buy basketball cards for me, they see that I have negative feedback. So eBay makes it hard to find those stores for that reason. But I publicly talk about my store all the time. It's 21JRIDE, 21JRIDE, if you guys ever want to check out my store. I sold the small 7 to 8 inch plush today for $130. Definitely going to film a short about those for my channel. Make a TikTok about it too, Shane. Freaking, and make it over a minute. I'll be candid with you guys. Shorts don't make you a ton of money. I have a few shorts that have like 300,000 views, and I've only made like 18 bucks from them, which I'm not complaining for. But that same video, if it got 300,000 views on TikTok, I would make $200 from it. So Shane, get it up on TikTok, man. I haven't paid for shipping supplies in over a year, at least here in Vegas. There are tons of people giving it all away for free from moving here, including bubble wrap. Yep, just type into Facebook Marketplace, boxes, bubble wrap. You'll see a ton of stuff pop up. Gonna check out the vid. I am 18 on my journey to resell eBay on full time. So I'm talking about, man. I'm excited for you. Depop is good for hype clothing and some vintage, but I have had better success with eBay quicker. Yep, same. Retweet. Do you still sell on Amazon at all or only eBay? I only sell on eBay. I did some personal brand items back in the day. I started a I started a hiking and outdoor company called Adventure Anxiety, and I sold a lot of branded Adventure Anxiety wallets and hydro flasks and T-shirts and stuff, and I sold a ton of that on Amazon. But anything used, I just don't put on Amazon. It's just too much of a hassle. Because I was selling DVD VCR combo players on Amazon for significantly more money than on eBay. But on Amazon, it just shows you a stock photo. And even if you put used condition, and even if you put refurbished, like not new, people still think it's new. And then when it gets to them used, it's a return every single time. So I don't sell on Amazon. I don't sell used items on Amazon at all. You can, and you can make money doing it. And there are competent people who understand that it won't be new, but more than 30% don't realize that it's not new. So can you make a video or point me to a video on tricks and tips for converting watchers into buyers, also including the tip converting without having to drop the price? Thanks. That doesn't exist. If you want to convert watchers into buyers, you have to just give them a better price. Yeah, there's not another tip to do that. You just have to lower. You just give them like an actual enticing offer. So there's 2 watchers. There's more than 2 watchers, but there's really just 2 watchers. One, your competition watching your item to be alerted when it sells and for how much it sold for, so they know how to accurately price their item. The second, someone who wants to buy your item but doesn't want to pay that much money for it. So they see that your item is $60 and they're like, oh man, I want this, but I don't want it for $60. If it was $40, I'd get it. But at $60, I just don't want it. And then if you send them an offer that's like $40 or $50, then they'll consider it and they'll buy it. Or if you send them an offer for $55, they're like, man, I really want this, but I don't want to do $55. I'll counter with $40. If they accept $40, I'll do it. If not, I don't want it. So that's the only, like, there's literally nothing else you can do to get people to buy it, a watcher to convert into a buyer, except for send them an enticing offer. If you go into Walmart and you see some shoes for $60, and you're like, oh, those shoes are cool, but I don't want to pay $60. But then right before you check out, they show you the same shoes for $60 again. You're like, no, I don't want them for $60. But then right before checkout, they say, hey, we noticed you were watching these shoes. Do you want them for $40? You might say yes. Or $40 still might be too much, so you just say no. So every morning, I send out a 15% off offer to all my watchers, and it converts about 10% of them. So if I have 100 watchers and I send out 15% off on all my items, I usually get about 8 to 12 sales. If I have 30 watchers, which I usually have 30 every morning, I send out my 15%, and I get 2 or 3 sales from those 30. $8,000 on 60 items in the past 28 days. Thank you, J. Wright Flips. That's what I'm talking about, Terry. Keep it up. It's all you. Let's see. How long does it take to get out of wait time for instantly getting paid same or next day? I've sold a couple items, but I always have to wait weeks to a month to get paid. Anybody know? It's different each account, and it's actually different depending on what you sell. If you come right out of the gates selling new Apple iPhones, they're going to hold your money for a long time. If you start out just selling used Hollister shirts and you sell 40 of them, they're going to start paying you out immediately. It's just case by case. Just make sure that you're doing everything that you know you should be doing on eBay. List quality items, ship them out as fast as you can, and they will eventually start paying you out quicker and quicker. How do you find sell-through rate? You look up an item, and then you divide how many items are listed by how many are sold. So if you look up an item that has 100 listed and 40 are sold, it's a 40% sell-through rate. If you look up an item and it has 100 listed and 300 sold, that's a 300% sell-through rate. Hi from the UK. I just found you recently on YouTube. Enjoy your videos and lots of good information. Get well soon. Thanks, Sandra. Appreciate that. What do you use to package those cassette tapes so they don't break during shipping? Bubble wrap and a poly mailer. That's like that. I don't think the cassettes are going to break at all. You just put a bubble wrap. Just bubble wrap every single item and ship them. Does eBay care if you revise my listing? Does eBay care when you revise your listing? I don't understand your question. If you revise a listing and make it better, eBay is going to be glad you did that, if that's what you're asking. Part 1, here we go. Let's see if I can find the other parts. Part 2, part 3, part 4. Okay, 4 parts. Let's do this. Part 1. We started in January with a once-in-a-lifetime buyout. We bought $130,000 of new box appliances, related parts for $3,000. That's awesome. It was 40 pallets. We had to rent a box truck and a forklift. The sales have been decent and just trickled in, but we had no idea what sell-through rate was before you. Now we are revamping and sourcing the way you do, running major sales on items with low sell-through rate. We haven't even gotten through half the items. Half the items cannot be listed because they're genuine parts. I guess that's a question I should ask you. When under the impression that we can't list brand new OEM parts from Whirlpool, GE, etc., without having a distributor's license or whatever, can you confirm all of this product we bought is profit? We were not sure we want to list all of it because most have a slow sell-through rate and we didn't want to hurt our store's sell-through. Yeah, if you've already made profit on it, I would just really take a look at it. I would sell all the fast sell-through rate items. And I sell OEM Philips all the time. I sell OEM Kohler all the time. I sell OEM Delta. I sell OEM Samsung, everything. So I don't know where you heard that you can't sell those items without a license. Maybe the pallet manufacturer. Where did you hear that? Send me an email. I'm not going to answer this over here because I don't have enough information. Send me an email with more information about how you got it and where you heard that you couldn't sell those things. Because I sell those things every day. So yeah, reach out to me. Reach out to me, Brandon. jrideflips@gmail.com. And anyone else that has questions, you can reach out to me at jrideflips@gmail.com. I respond. The reason why I do these lives, and again, I don't want to be facetious here. I say this humbly. literally hundreds of messages every single day. Like every single day. I get hundreds of messages on Facebook and Instagram DMs, and people reach out to me on eBay, which is the worst thing you can do because then it flags my account. Because people are like asking off-site questions and eBay gets mad at me. But I have a rep on eBay that monitors that for me. And YouTube, email, I get hundreds of questions every single day, and it's hard to answer even a tenth of them. So that's why I do these live streams, is so I can answer those questions that I just can't get to normally. 161 watching and only 36 likes for Slack and chat. Hey, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, Shane. Awesome. I am going to try cross-listing with my blown glass to Etsy, maybe others as well. Yeah, glass does really well on Etsy, so I've heard. I've never sold glass on Etsy, but I hear it goes really well. Nice stream. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. How do you rapidly calculate sell-through rate items when dealing with the numbers in the millions? If there are 2 million listed and 45,000 sold, then you just do 2 million divided by 45,000. It's that simple of a calculation. So if you have 2 million divided by 45,000, that's a 0.4% sell-through rate. So obviously not a great one. But if you have 1 million sold and 1.5 million listed and 1 million sold, that's about a 75% sell-through rate. That's pretty good. You just do those calculations the same. You just drop off a couple of zeros. Have you ever sold on Mercari? If so, any thoughts in comparison about it versus eBay? Nope. eBay has done so incredibly well for me. There's no reason for me to list on Mercari. So I just sell junk on eBay every single day, and it does really well. Listing on Mercari would just add to the stress of my job and probably wouldn't increase my income drastically. So I just do really well on eBay every day, and I work hard to do well on eBay every day. I just do free returns. I don't want to deal with the back and forth hassle, waste of time. Yeah. Yo, all, I'm driving, can't read comments. Hope all is well. Appreciate you being here, man. Thanks, Anthony. I've done free returns. The best part is you get the buyer return the item anyways and get positive feedback, so it's a win. Yeah, free returns is just a great way to protect yourself, and you lose a little bit of money on paper, but you make much more money in your business. How far will you drive for a buyer pick? If I can make $7 million, I'll drive 7,000 miles. It's all just relative. If I'm only gonna make $3, I'm not gonna drive any distance. If it makes me $10,000, I'll probably drive a few hundred miles. It's just how far will I drive for a $17 profit printer? Probably no amount. How far will I drive for a $1,700 printer? I'd probably drive to California. If I could make like a little vacation out of it. I don't. It's just too vague of a question. Sorry. Hey, we got a super chat. Thank you very much, Isabel. Just saying Merry Christmas and thank you. I appreciate that so much, Isabel. Thank you so much. That's really awesome. I think you had the first comment of the day as well, which is awesome. Shoot, I think I just lost my place. Let's see if I can find it. Uh-oh. Oh, nice. There we go. Hey, J-Ride. Hope you're feeling better. I am feeling better. Not 100% yet, but I'm getting there. Thank you so much. I drove a 200-mile round trip twice for a gaming collection buy. Yeah. No, yeah. When it's several $100s, several $1,000s, $100,000, like the more I make, the more I'm willing to drive. Also for sales. So like I have a $60,000 statue listed, and I just have freight. And if someone in California buys it, then I'm just going to strap it into my own truck and drive to them and hand deliver it to them. But if it's only a $60 item, then I just put it in a poly mailer and ship it to them, if that makes sense too. Let's see. Hello from BC, Canada. Eh? Nice to see you here, Heather. Thank you. Sell on Facebook Marketplace or buy on Facebook Marketplace and resell on eBay in Chicago or big city. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. If you live in Chicago, there are hundreds of opportunities to snipe on Facebook Marketplace and resell on eBay all day. Smash that like button. Hey, appreciate that, Brandon. Jake, I have an extra bedroom. You can always just come to Vegas for the weekend to go to garage sales. I'll hit you up on that for sure sometime. I plan on doing a sourcing trip with you and Sony and Carrie. You and Sonny and Carrie. Anyone that wants to come along would be cool. I'm sure you covered it before, but can you take a pick list to the stores? A pick list? What do you mean? But so you take a pick list? I only buy sell-through rate and profit. So I don't shop for items. I shop for things that sell fast. So if something looks interesting, I look it up. And if I've already bought it before, I still look it up. I'm always just buying things that are moving fast. So I don't have like a BOLO list. I think that's what you're asking for. But I have videos where I show you guys things that sell for good money. Holy cow. So if you want to check that out, I just barely did a video like 5 days ago about the 22 undervalued items that sell well on eBay. So you can look that up if that's kind of what you're asking. Wow, Bolt Blaze, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. You are rapidly becoming my favorite YouTuber, part-time eBayer. Keep it coming. Merry Christmas, Sally. Hey, I appreciate that so much. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for that. That's awesome. That'll go towards my dog's Christmas. My dog is so spoiled. I think we've bought 5 gifts for our dog. Dude, she lives such a pampered life. A lot of you guys know Scout. I show her on my TikToks and here on my lives every once in a while. So Scout will probably get another bone with that. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. Let's see here. I lost my place. Let's see if I can find it again. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm getting close. Okay, here we go. There we go. Do you have to scan every item to find the sell-through rate, or is there a way to scan everything that sells on eBay every day so you can see trends? Thanks. I love your content. I just look up individual items, but like I know that Canon Power Shots have a fast sell-through rate. So I don't look those up right now because I just know that they're currently trending and selling for a ton of money, and they're going to keep selling. But it's important to keep refreshing and looking things up every so often, because Cool Shirts, for example, KUHL, last year I was selling those shirts, every single shirt I picked up for $60. Sometimes only $45, but between $45 and $60. Now those shirts are only selling between $30 and $40, which is still great, but now I have to be a bit pickier on my buy costs. Still a ton of room. I got to be a little careful, and the sell-through rate has slowed down considerably. It's still a fast sell-through rate. It still has over an 80% sell-through rate, so I still pick them up, but it is slowing down. And I'm imagining 5 months from now, I think Cool will be very similar to Travis Matthew, where now it only has about a 50% sell-through rate, and now it's only selling for about 15 to 30, depending on the design and stuff. So you just got to make sure that you don't just get married to like, oh, well, Cool sold for $70 a year ago. It's still probably selling for 70 now. Now it's only selling for 35, and the sell-through rate is slower. So that's why I really stress that you guys keep looking things up. You don't have to look up every single. I go into the thrift stores and I don't look up every single item because I know that a Vitamix is always going to sell no matter what. So I don't look up the sell-through rate on Vitamix because I just barely bought a Vitamix the other day. It sells for like $230. You don't necessarily have to look up the sell-through rate on that item. But what I'm saying is you guys just need to keep looking up sell-through rate on all of your items because they do change, and you surprise yourself. I surprise myself positively and negatively all the time. I'll look up a camera that I'm like, oh, this probably sells for $60 and has over 100% sell-through rate. It only sells for 15 and it has an awful sell-through rate. Then I'll find a shirt that I'm like, oh, this probably has like a 30% sell-through rate and it only sells for like $12. But then I'll look it up and it sells for $65 and has a 400% sell-through rate because it's like super popular in New York right now for some reason, you know? So you never really know. So that's why I always recommend looking things up. I have so many questions, but I haven't wanted to spam you, so I've been saving them up. I'll send you an email, but I want to pay for your time, at least something. I mean, hey, you are a member of this channel, so it's all good, man. Yeah, you're already giving me like a small little support every single month, so I'm happy to answer as many questions as possible. But again, I'm answering less and less and less over email and Facebook and Instagram, just because, like, thankfully you guys are really supporting me and asking a ton of questions, which is awesome. So, but because we've talked about it in this live, I will be looking for your email specifically, and I will answer your question. I just watched that 22 item video. It was very informative. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, that one's doing really well. I'm really glad that that one's getting a little bit of traction. So thank you very much for watching it and saying those kind things about it. I've been taking your advice and started reselling a month and a half ago. Had my best week last week. 15 items sold, 49 items sold so far, keeping my active listings at 80 to 100 for now. 15 items in a week with between 80 and 100 active. That's really good. Keep that up. Keep that up. That's really awesome. 15 items, that means you're selling 2 a day. So you're at a 2% sell-through rate, which is really good. I tell people to shoot for a 1%. So you're double what I recommend. Keep that up. Do you buy return pallets? Nope. Nope, I don't. And it's controversial. A lot of people get mad at me for saying this, but a lot of times people just pay $700 for a pallet to make $950 in revenue after fees and everything. You made $40, and if you get one return, you just lost money. So you learned a lot, but you didn't make any money. And a lot of people get really frustrated when I say that, but for me, that's the truth. I recommend buying items piece by piece, one by one, focusing on fast sell-through rate. Just like Brandon was saying, he had an awesome opportunity and made some really good money from pallets, but he also bought hundreds of things that have close to a 0% sell-through rate, and he's just going to be stuck with them. So I don't recommend pallets for beginners or even intermediate resellers. I really only recommend them for advanced sellers that know exactly. I still just stay away from them. Speaking of Brandon, he hit us with a super chat. You are the GOAT. Thank you and Merry Christmas. $5. Hey, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Hey, you guys are awesome. I don't deserve you guys. Let's see here. Diana, my friend from TikTok. How's it going? Diana says, thanks to you, I took the fear out of shipping bigger items and I'm making more money than I ever have. I can't wait to see what 2024 brings. That's what I'm talking about. And here's to your success on TikTok too. Your videos are really awesome on TikTok and here on YouTube. So everyone go check out Diana. She's way up in the chat. I'm super far behind. She may be hard to find. But if you guys are on TikTok, check out, I think it's Diana Dirty, down and Dirty Resales or something like that. Let's see. Look up. Everyone go look up Dirty Does It. Dirty Does It on TikTok. Her name's Diana. She has awesome videos there. Just watched that video last night and it was totally worth the watch. Hey, appreciate that. Thank you so much. How many hours do you spend a week sourcing on average? I source every day for an hour. And then I also take 6 to 14 hour sourcing trips very regularly. And I also do sourcing online for about an hour a day. So I would say 4 hours a day on average. But the mean is just like 2 hours. Because I do an hour online and an hour at thrift stores. And then when it's warm outside, I go garage selling for 5 hours. So, but yeah, the mean 2 hours a day, average 4 hours a day. My cord store has been buy one, get one free for 3 days. Not a single customer has taken the free item. That's funny. That's funny. Hey, I was wondering if there are any ways you can check out my eBay store, then tell me what to change, like if my prices are too low or too high, or what items I should get more of. That is what my YouTube channel is dedicated on, Jack. So I recommend just watching me and other YouTubers videos on eBay reselling and really trying to absorb as much information as you can. When YouTubers do store reviews, it just ends in negative feelings or people not actually learning. So I don't do store reviews. It's kind of giving you a fish without teaching you how to fish. So I really recommend. It sucks. Like it's just the reality of being a business owner. You just have to do a ton of work to really learn how to sell on eBay. There's a ton of resources to do so. But if me or other YouTubers critique your store, it's just giving you a fish and you're actually not going to learn very much from it. So just keep watching videos and you'll do great. Did you try 99-cent free shipping page? They always seem to get stuff moving. Having some conversations back and forth. Is having a scheduled listing queue work the same as having a draft bank? Yeah, it's the same. Woohoo! I never catch the live streams. Hey, appreciate you being here. Thank you. Would you start a new eBay account if you had a low amount of transactions and negative feedback? Mark, account has been open a long time, so that's what's making me second guess it. I would put in the work to revive that account. And negative feedbacks drop off after 12 months anyway. eBay will see that you're like circumventing your below standard store, and they're just going to treat your new store as if it was below standard as well. So I would just focus on improving that store. Wow, we've almost been going for an hour and a half already. All right, guys, I'm just going to talk for about. I'm going to answer about 4 or 5 more questions and then get going. I have to list this pile of extremely fast sell-through rate items that I'm pumped about. I was in northern Utah. Still pretty sick, but I was in northern Utah for the last week, and I was just going to 4 thrift stores a day, only buying 100% sell-through rate items, and I was getting over 20 items a day. It's really nice. After I probably learned how to comp sell-through rate, my eBay has been so much better, and it's changed the focus of my YouTube channel. Thanks again, Jake. Your support has meant the world to me. Appreciate that, man. You're killing it. How do you find new items that have good sell-through rate that you don't know much about? I've been slowly trying to learn about more and more items to target. Just watching YouTube videos. Like everyone clowns Bolo videos, but they teach you what to look out for, and then just find like items. So like I don't need to be told that Samsung cameras also sell well because I know that Canon cameras sell well. So I just look up all cameras that I see. I've learned that if something is heavy, like this Warring Pro, the heavier a kitchen appliance, the more it's worth. So if I see that something is plastic and weighs probably 3.5 pounds, I know that it most likely doesn't sell for very much money on eBay. But if I pick it up and it's 14 pounds, I'm going to look it up because it's probably going to sell for more money. All right, guys, so let's see here. All right, guys. I'm only about halfway through the chat. I'm really sorry if I didn't get to your questions, but I really appreciate everyone coming out here. I'm going to scroll down and just answer a few of them. They kind of stick out to me, and then we'll get going. Just found your channel. Love your content so far, and your commitment to Q&As are impressive. Hey, thanks, William. I feel pretty bad right now because I can't get to a ton of the questions, but I really appreciate everyone coming out and asking questions. Just wanted to say thank you for all your content. I have built a super successful store in only 30 days, just literally following everything you say, down to the shipping printer you use. That's what I'm talking about. Really appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Let's see here. Okay. All right, guys. Jake needs to speed read answer. Haha. That's what I'm talking about. It's funny. Get well and come back soon. Hey, Dorothy, you're awesome. I see you commenting on my channel all the time. I really appreciate you always reaching out and saying positive things about me and my family. All right, guys. We've been going for an hour and a half. I'm going to head out. I have some listings to do, and hopefully I'll put out a video tomorrow. I'm feeling 85%, which is awesome. Fortunately, I'm probably going to take a nap after I list those items because I am freaking exhausted still. But I'm getting better. So thanks everyone for coming out. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.